Hello. There is something else that I want to discuss, and it's been very heavy on my heart for the past week or so. And it's and actually it's been going on like the things that have been it's been having on me because it's been some things building up in me since like October or so, and it's just bothering me. And and what I'm trying to say is like there's a time for you to marinate in what's bothering you based on outside sources or people, and then there's a time like, you know what? It's not doing me any favors or any justice for me to keep all this anger and resentment in. Excuse me. So it's find some way to let whatever's bothering you, whatever's paining you or affecting you go. You deserve happiness, you deserve peace, and you deserve a healthy mindset and health all around. I'm serious. Like this, I guess this year was like very challenging for me. Like as far as letting go of a job that wasn't really serving me anymore anyways because of the pandemic, to really paying attention and being proactive with my health as far as like keeping myself out of harm's way of the pandemic. Because earlier this year I was thinking, well, why do I have to give up this job over this pandemic? Like, how do we know it's that? How do I know that it's going to affect me? But you can walk around feeling fine and not have any symptoms, and you may come across somebody that may have it, and it could affect you in one way or another. So it was like my selfishness and my resentment came from the fact that I was scared to let go of a job because that means I couldn't get paid anymore. But and then for me it came to the point of, okay, either my health or my job. And plus I have somebody that I go home to and it can affect him. So it's like, okay. It was the hardest decision I have to make, even if it was a job that wasn't serving me anymore, but I had to think about my health. So I had to let it go. But I have to say though, in retrospect, that was the biggest favor I could ever do for myself. And it gave way for me to focus on something that's peaceful and with release. So that's how I got started into gardening. And let me just say, if I still had the job that I had, I wouldn't have had as much time as I had with gardening. So thank God for that. And because of that, I like the feeling of accomplishment and peace that I've gotten from gardening. So you can bet your ass I'm doing it again next year, next spring. I love it. There's something about growing your own food that makes it all like liberating and feeling like I've accomplished something, like I've done something and contribute to Mother Nature and Mother Earth. So I'm going to do that again. Now, and I know there's another thing that I've done, like creating my own type of movie for the first time for this film festival. It was pretty fun to do, and I'm glad I can say that I've gotten the experience for that, even if it was like through this and like a small experience. But I did it. It taught me, you know what? Why not just go for Why not just go for it? Just try it. If it's not that good, who cares? It's your first time. Just keep at it if that's something you want to do. And that can be with anything. Now, excuse me again. As far as October, as far as personal stuff, there was a lot of things in me that's like had to deal with what I went through during my high school years and my college years. And it's like, you know what? Just confront it. just try talking to people, just tell them how you feel. And that's what I did. Like, I didn't care. Like, I took into account of, like, the possible or the potential response I would get, but then I thought, you know what? It's not about how the other person will respond. And it's not about what they'll think about me for even bringing this up. I did it for me. And that's what you have to do. If something is bothering you from what somebody else did or how they made you feel, let them know how you feel, regardless of what the response will be. You owe it to yourself to, if that's what it takes, will it take for you to let it go and release. So that's what I did. It wasn't bad, but it made me realize how much resentment I still have, because sometimes when you get the response that you get, it's like, okay, now that I know that, it's like, it doesn't excuse what you did, even if it was so many years ago, because it still hurts, because it still hurt me. So I let the person know. Now, as far as this month, it's like, you know what? That's it. The best thing for me, and decided that the best thing for me to do was to just let it go and just find it in my heart to forgive. It was hard, because when somebody treats you like shit and make you feel crappy about yourself, it's hard to forgive, and it's hard to be the bigger person. Because it's like, you're angry. You want to hurt. You want to punch that person's lights out. Like, you don't care. You don't care about, being pleasant or being nice or being respectful or civil. It's like, you're hurting. You're angry. You want the very person that hurt you to know how you feel. But at the same time, it's like, it comes down to picking your battles and wondering what's worth it, what isn't. So it's best to just forgive and move on and try to forget. But I'm not saying to have a connection. I mean, you don't have to have a connection with anybody you don't want to have a connection with, but it's okay to forgive and just go on your merry way. They're not in your life for a reason. Now, if you want to reconnect, that's on you to decide that. But other than that, just go ahead and go on about your business, because, like, you deserve peace and happiness. And you deserve to stay around on earth for as long as you can. You owe it to yourself. So, release the peace and you'll be alright. Just like I'm learning. And let me tell you how good it feels to, like, just let it go and forgive. And just know that I'm not in high school anymore. And it's not college days anymore. And the people who I had interacted with, that I had problems or drama with, they don't know me anymore. And I don't know them. And if people want to hold a grudge against you from those very years, like, let them. Let them think that they won. It's like, okay, you win. Like, what do you care? What do you care about what they think about you? And it took me took me many, many, many years for me to finally follow through and to have it click what people have been telling me all of my life. Like, it doesn't matter what people think about you. And to forgive yourself, because I am human. I mean, what person in this world is perfect? Put down in the comments. I'm open to listening. But if I get nothing, there's your answer. There's the answer. Nobody is perfect. So it's okay with being human. And whatever you got going on with you, marinating that shit, think about it, deal with it, and then move on. Because you're only human. And it will take time before you're finally ready to forgive and let go. I should know. I let this crap get to me many years after it happened. So you let go when you feel it's time, or when you feel ready. Just like when people get lessons that they're not ready to receive yet, until they've had enough life experiences where it finally clicks and you're like, oh, now I get it. I get what this person was trying to tell me. I'm ready to receive it. So be ready to receive everything when you're ready to on your time. And you'll be all right. I believe in you.